Wow, so the Indiana Pacers, ow. It was a pretty interesting game to say the least. They won on a buzzer beater by Andrew Nemhard, the rookie for the Indiana Pacers. And today we're going to go over the game talking about the Pacers and the Lakers and what we're going to be seeing from the Pacers in the future. Because I think with their future moving forward, they have a lot of good building blocks. I think we just got to see how each player develops, especially, Tyrese Halliburton. You got Naismith, you got Buddy Hield. I mean, he's not a building block for the team, but someone that can play his role. So we're going to talk about the Pacers. So what's up? My name is Pacers Empire. We're finally back on the channel. It's been around like 4 months, so kind of like needed a break from YouTube, and now we're back. So we got some notes here on the Pacers and Lakers game. So we'll go over the box score here really quickly. Tyrese Halliburton, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 14 assists, 10 of 22 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. That efficiency from the field isn't all that great, but I mean, 3 of 7 from 3 will take it. Had 1 steal and 1 block. Miles Turner, 15 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists. I think Miles Turner today was like pretty decent. I mean, 7 of 17 from the field and 1 of 7 from 3 is, I mean, pretty okay efficiency. In like the first half, he was really struggling to guard AD in the post, and I mean, down in the fourth, I mean, we all know what happens there. So Miles Turner, I mean, he's a great defender, obviously a great interior defender, but against AD tonight, it wasn't really falling. So, I mean, his shot wasn't falling from 3 either. So hopefully we can see some more improvement in the next game. Aaron Naismith, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. Naismith, I think it's going to be a very underrated player for this Pacers team. I never really got a chance to talk about him. I think he's going to take Chris Duarte's place, and if I'm being real with you, I think Duarte could be on the trade block here pretty soon. He gives some good three-point shooting. Chris Duarte, obviously, some good, on-ball duties or on-ball handler, basically being a good on-ball guy. But, I mean, Aaron Naismith, I haven't seen too much of his game. I mean, over the season, 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist on pretty horrible efficiency. I think I need to see some more games from him to really say my opinion on him, but he had a pretty good game today. Only was a -10 in the plus minus, so pretty great game from Naismith. Jalen Smith, 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. He is having a pretty rough slate of games here recently. I mean, over the season, 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. We'll see how he turns out in the next couple games or even this season. I think he still has a lot of potential. I just think that he needs to, I don't know, man. Only 4 shots in the game today. Out of the starting 5, it was the lowest. And going next to the guy having the lowest shots, I mean, Naismith had 10, so he had a whole 6 shots over Jalen Smith. So we'll see. I would like him to be more on ball more. I mean, he's basically just sitting on the perimeter and over just on the 3-point line for a majority of the game. Kind of like what's happening there in Houston with Jabari Smith. But, I mean, I would like for him to run some more post-up plays, some more, honestly, just ISO plays for Jalen Smith in the post. That's pretty much it that I want from Rick Carlisle. Off the bench, I mean, we have 2 guys that have been pretty amazing. Benedict Mathurin, obviously coming off the bench with 23 points, 8 rebounds, and around 1 assist with 1 steal. On around 10 to 22 from the field and 3 of 8 from 3. Finally, Andrew Nemhard, the guy, the player of the game, coming in clutch for this team. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal on 4 of 8 from the field and 4 of 7 from 3. So, some things to know here about the game. I think Halliburton was really the only player on offense to really just cut into the Lakers offense. Around the fourth quarter, I kind of stopped paying attention until, the Pacers started coming back. But for around the 3 first quarters, Halliburton was basically the only player to cut into the Lakers offense. And he was getting in there pretty easily, drawing a lot of fouls, getting to the hoop pretty easily, getting a lot of good layups. And, with Miles Turner and Jalen Smith struggling from the field, especially Miles Turner, I mean, Halliburton was pretty much the only player other than Buddy Hield to, take the ball and go into the hoop. So, I forgot to talk about Buddy Hield. 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist on 5 of 13 from the field and 1 of 6 from 3. You can see there's a trend. The Pacers shot 17 of 49 from the field, which is good for 35%, compared to the Lakers 11 of 31, which is good for 36%. So, 3-point shooting today was very horrible. I mean, if you look at their field goal percentages overall as a team, 41% from the Pacers and around 43% from the Lakers. Very low field goal percentages from both these teams, but I mean, there was some good defense played today from both teams, from both ends of the floor. And, with the Lakers, as great as they are with AD and LeBron, I mean, they're going to be playing some great defense. So, honestly, this was a great game overall. I think guys like McConnell off the bench, guys like Andrew Nemhard, guys like obviously Benedict Mathurin. These guys are going to be very important for this Pacers team off the bench, and especially guys like Goga Bitadze, giving them that big body off the bench, and Isaiah Jackson, who only got 4 minutes today. They have a really good fleshed out bench on the Pacers. I think it's a matter of them meshing together, as you know, with chemistry. I mean, obviously the Pacers are one of the best teams in the East right now. If you look at the NBA standings overall in the season, in the East they are the 4th seed at 12-8. So I think it should go up to 13-8 today with the Lakers win. So honestly, the Pacers, they're doing a lot of things right. Rick Carlisle, I mean, he was obviously coaching with the Dallas Mavericks before, you know, Luka Doncic, but coming to the Pacers, giving them that, you know, coaching experience from the playoffs and overall just giving them that experience that they needed from a veteran coach. I think this young Pacers team with Tyrese Halliburton leading the charge, you know, Naismith, Jalen Smith, all these guys being fairly young, they need a guy like Rick Carlisle, and I think he's coaching this team pretty well. Defensively, offensively, both pretty great, and I like the offense. The pacing today, you know, with Tyrese Halliburton bringing up the ball very quickly. The pace today was great, and I would like to see this more from the team. And I think it is going to be a continuing trend. I think the pacing on this team on offense was great. A lot of the times where the player would be inbounding into Tyrese Halliburton, it would be a really quick, you know, getting up from the courts to the half, basically. So I think that quick pace on this Pacers team is definitely going to help them in the long run, kind of just gets them into the flow of the offense very quickly. And, you know, on the other side of the floor, I wouldn't say it was horrible. They did only win by 1 point by a buzzer beater, essentially. I wouldn't call it lucky. But yeah, I mean, the defensive floor, or the defensive side of the floor, wasn't too great. Miles Turner could not contain AD, like I said. I mean, Jalen Smith was having some problems on his side with AD and LeBron sometimes. I mean, there were a lot of defensive mistakes here. A lot of turnovers. I mean, if you look at the turnover ratio for this team, they had actually surprisingly 9, which I thought was way worse compared to the Lakers' 14. I thought the turnovers were way worse this game. There were a lot of times inbound plays, you know, a lot of steals overall. TJ McConnell basically contributing to some of that because his defense was pretty great today off the bench. 2 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. But yeah, I think this Pacers team, they're definitely fleshed out well. They got a lot of good players. I think the thing that's holding them back is, I don't know, they need to... I think they should need a guy that can score. I mean, I think they really do. Tyrese Halliburton, he could be that guy. I mean, he's running the offense, but he could also score the ball. I mean, he had 24 and 14 today. But I think they need a scorer beside Tyrese Halliburton, another star, essentially. Because, you know, in the league, I think you need more than at least 2 stars on a team to really just win a championship. We saw that last season. You had Steph, you had Andrew Wiggins, you had Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. All those guys, can you call basically all-stars? You can basically call maybe until Draymond Green all-stars. Even Andrew Wiggins, I mean, he was an all-star last year, essentially. So, you know, a guy like... I can't really throw any names because there's no one really too good on the trade block or even in free agency next season that I can think of that would really fit in with this team. But we just need a scorer beside Tyrese Halliburton so that he can pass to that guy, and, you know, he could be obviously that pass first point guard that he is. He can pass to the scorer or the next superstar or next star beside him, and it would be a lot easier on him on the offensive side. So that's pretty much my take on the Pacers and Lakers game. I mean, the Lakers did play pretty well all until the end. Disney, Anthony Davis, he played pretty well, 25 points, 13 rebounds. LeBron James, 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. He did get injured in like the first quarter, I want to say, and then he came back. So good to see LeBron James back in the game. And Westbrook off the bench with 24 points, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds. So great game from Westbrook off the bench. To be honest, if he's playing like this in every game, I don't really think the Lakers should trade him because he's giving them that spark off the bench. But we'll see. So that's the video. My name is Pacers Empire, and peace.